Let's see whether he can have a magic final sector and go to the top of the times. He does go to the top of the times, fastest in Sector 2 and Sector 3. It's a 28.4, the time to beat, as Alex Albon puts the Williams up to 7th position.
It's worth noting that Alex Albon was 5 kph quicker than George Russell between turn 12 and turn 13, the end of Sector 1, the fastest of anybody in a straight line.
Yeah, sorry, I had a bad hit, exit of C4. Check the floor.
We will check.
Big swapper for Kimi Antonelli on his set of soft tyres. He has now done a lap on them as well and has gone 8 tenths away just behind Alex Albon.
That was a rapid first sector for Lando Norris. Piastri is the benchmark in sectors 2 and 3. The driver who's been on the podium for every single Grand Prix so far this year, including winning in Australia. Didn't have the weekend that he wanted in Bahrain. Trying to bounce back this weekend.
Important for Lando that he puts this lap together. It's only free practice, but we know that putting fast laps together has not been his strong suit so far this year. He's so early to throttle there on the exit of 22, and he's able to bury it really aggressively to get this long run. Opens the DRS towards the final corner, and he's just got a braking zone to go to try and keep this advantage over his teammate. In he goes to the apex, a little chase of the throttle coming out, and he's right up to that barrier on the outside.
Lando Norris stacks up to his teammate, and he's ahead by just under a tenth of a second, 900ths of a second. He beats his teammate's time by. He's been very, very tight this year in qualifying when it comes to the margins at the end. Car moving away from Alex Albon as he rotated and picked up the throttle. Very, very close to rubbing the Pirelli logo off the tyre out of the final corner. Let's see where Charles Leclerc goes across the line, and he moves up to 4th position ahead of the Williams.
Yeah, not bad through sectors 2 and 3 actually for Charles. He's roughly on pace with Piastri, who's the fastest driver through those 2 sectors. But the damage really coming to Norris in the first sector. Lando's done such a ripper of a first sector. And you know what? He's going again now as we speak, and he's just put in a belter of a middle sector as well. So there's still meat on the bone for plenty of these drivers on the soft tyres. And Norris wants to improve that benchmark further. I thought the Ferrari looked really nicely hooked up towards the apex of this final corner and then just rolled into a slight oversteer as Charles had tried to apply the throttle. And Lando's got loads more rear grip than Charles had through that final corner.
Lando Norris comes to the line. He improves his time from earlier on. How encouraging is that for McLaren and Lando Norris? Kimi Antonelli working the wheel out of the pit lane, working the wheel at the final turn of the racetrack. Alex Albon with a wall strike, then Antonelli.
Box A, clear the wall, exit of last corner.
Okay, complete. It's quite a scrappy run really from Antonelli on that soft tyre.
Looks like a Red Bull struck the barrier. Yuki Tsunoda at the exit of the final corner has brought out the red flags, and the Red Bull driver is into the back. Okay, on board, we're heading to turn 27. On board with Yuki Tsunoda. He's about to find the barrier.
Oh, that's the mistake. It is a sloppy one from Yuki, and he's. I thought the car was so under control on the entry of that corner. He was braking nicely, got it turned in, got to the apex, but got too much to the apex, and he breaks the steering arm. There we go. Bam! Contact, suspension's buckled, and off he goes to the barriers on the outside.
And practice 2 has been logged with Lando Norris at the top of the times, not far away from Oscar Piastri. But the difference between the 2 McLarens, you can see there on the timing page. Max Verstappen in striking distance in P3. Charles Leclerc is 4th, ahead of his old teammate Carlos Sainz, who had a good day immediately in Williams. Tsunoda found the barriers, he's P6, Russell, Gasly, Hulkenberg, and Alex Albon completing the top 10. Second page features Kimi Antonelli, who had a couple of moments off the road at the first couple of turns. Isaac Hadjar had a wide moment over the curve. He's in 12th. Lewis Hamilton not having the balance of his teammate in 13th. And it's Lawson, Alonso, Behrman, Doohan, Stroll, Ocon. Bortoleto had a fuel leak and didn't take part. Hello again, everyone. It's the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in 2025 as we continue our journey around the world to crown a driver and constructor champion. Isaac Hadjar diving out of the way of Lando Norris, who's pushing on nice and early out of the final corner of the racetrack. That's turn 27 as he has the DRS open and takes it to the top of the time page, running a medium tyre right.
Just watching George Russell here on an opening lap in the Mercedes, you just get a sense of the speed around this place through the first sector. That's where there's a really hectic part that we just saw the end of with George sweeping through turns 10, which has been a problem all the way really from turn 4 into 10 is a big sequence. Now we're on the back straight, having gone through the 180-degree bank turn at 13, and now we're into the DRS. But you see that the eye line for the drivers is not easy, just meandering their way through these turns. Swerves really, and then picking a braking point, but it's blind as they come into there. So there's challenges the whole way through. You want to get right up to the walls, inside and out, but of course the jeopardy is there. If you nudge a wall on the inside, it can spit you out on the outside, or the curves are not easy to take at all angles. So there's a lot to unpack for the drivers.
George Russell